I want your opinions.
Oh,
from what you can see on that video at Cottage Grove. Now, for the rest of the people listening around the country, this is what happened. Gray Ferrando, John Campos, two of the Northwest best. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
Time in and time out, they're the guys to beat every time they unload.
They race each other all the time.
And they're top 5 drivers.
In the top spots.
It is hot up here.
Yeah, it got really
You're
hot.
sitting next to me, Dom. Get used to it.
I like ice cream.
Check this out. Yeah. So, and I want your opinion because we've all watched the video multiple times, okay? So,
you like pushing issues.
No, I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing the issue. I'm talking on a professional level of what you see, what your opinion of the deal was. There was a lot of people that say Campos did Ferrando dirty. And if that's your opinion, you're entitled to that. That's okay. No one's going to hate you for it.
Well,
no one's going to hate you for it.
No, but there'll be a discussion.
There will be a discussion about it. Now, we saw it going into turn 1, Campos down low. And if I remember right, Campos actually had the lead going into that corner, or was challenging for the lead. It was so close. I don't remember who actually.
Gray was up top. John
way
was
up
down
top.
Low. Yeah, they were going.
Ferrando was way up top.
Yeah, they were both in 2 separate grooves.
Now Campos has the short way around. Ferrando around the top has the momentum. Campos's car shoots to the top of the racetrack. Contact is made. Ferrando goes off the track and head on into the turn 1 retaining wall. That's what happened in the battle for the lead.
And so everybody knows Gray's fine.
Gray's fine. He wasn't hurt. He came back the next night to finish second to the 36 of Campos. I want to talk. Let's go back to before we go to Willamette, let's go back to the night before to Cottage Grove. Sam, I want your opinion of what you saw on the video.
From what I saw
From what I saw
on the video, I don't think John did him dirty. I think it was hard racing. Those guys race each other hard every time. They both know what each other's capable of. I think that might play against them sometimes where I assume Gray's going to do this. I assume John's going to do this. And then luck just happens to come on in and slam the door on both of them. There's been situations where it hasn't worked out for John where Gray was involved, and there hasn't been situations vice versa.
And that's
so
you're right.
In all fairness, but from the video, and it's just video. I wasn't there personally.
Right,
I didn't see
That's
it.
why I'm saying we watched it on the video.
So from the video, I think it was just hard racing gone bad. That's my personal opinion. If other people don't agree with it, then I guess other people don't agree with it.
And that's okay. That's okay. Dom.
Yeah.
Your opinion of what you saw in that video with the Ferrando Campos situation.
If I can be really honest.
And that's all I want.
I don't want to say a word.
Okay,
that's
fine.
2 wonderful drivers.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've watched Gray get in 2 completely different race cars and drive, phenomenally. Okay. Campos, obviously a wonderful driver.
He's a defending state champion.
He's
a defending Willamette Speedway track champion.
It's like, kind of to me, it's like the whole Bakersfield, the whole everything.
Right.
I don't want to really, if you don't mind, leave that alone.
I'll give you my take. Okay? I'll give you my take of what I saw. I saw 2 of the best.
Yeah.
Doing what they do. And as a fan in the stands, you had to be loving watching that. Knowing who those guys are, watching what's going on, that had to be exciting. Okay? Watch that video again. Watch it 5 times, 10 times, I don't care how many times you have to watch it. If you watch that close and you watch that 36 car down on the bottom as he enters and gets on the throttle, I don't know if there was a rut there, if it was the apron, something, that car gets unsettled. For a split second, that car gets unsettled. And that's when chaos ensued. That's when the whole melee went down. That car gets unsettled. It sets back down. Car washed up. Unfortunately, it was there door-to-door with Gray. It sent Gray off the track. Okay? Now, there's people that are going to see this different. I understand that. We all understand that. It's
perception.
It is. Where you're sitting at that racetrack will make a difference in how you saw what happened. That will change your opinion of a driver, whether it was intentional or not. And I'll tell you right now, and I think that we'll all agree here as professionals, doing what we do, Campos doesn't race like that. I would not call Campos a dirty racer.
I'd call him a hard racer.
Absolutely. I'd call Gray Ferrando a hard racer and Colin Weinbarger.
Competitive racers.
Absolutely. We're talking about the best shooting it out for the lead. I expect these guys to give everything they got. That's what we were seeing. Okay. Unfortunately, it ended up in a bad deal. Gray's car got tore up. Bad. This is where things get interesting. I'm not going to say that it was said. I did not hear it from myself. I'll tell you what I was told, and I have a hard time believing this. And if it was said, it was said on emotion, still with I understand being upset. I understand that. It was said to us, watch those two cars. This was said to us in the tower. It's going down tonight. Okay. Dom?
Yeah, I was there. I didn't want to say anything.
Well, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. No,
we were forewarned.
We were forewarned.
That night, there was going to be something happening.
There was going to be some drama, and it was going to be done with intent. Okay, I still have a hard time believing that. We kind of.
I don't think it was called retaliation. It was there was some adjective used for this, and we just hoped it wasn't going to turn out that way.
Right.
We were hoping for the professionalism and the competitive racing, not, that aggressiveness.
Right. And you're right. We're up there watching this race. I'm talking about the feature now. I'm talking about the feature for the modifieds.
And you know it's going to be good because you got a bunch of drivers that can drive.
No doubt about it.
But we're all going, wait for it.
Now,
wait for it.
The 36 is your leader. We're talking about the late stages, talking mid to late stages. 36 is leading. We're all watching that 13 car because of what we're told. Everybody, I'm telling you, track officials are watching that 13 car like a hawk because they knew, they were told. Let me rephrase that. They didn't know. They were told this is what was said. This is what's going to happen. Okay? Get ready. He's taking that 36 car out. That's what everybody was told. Okay? When he cleared the second place car and got out of traffic, things got a little nervous. Dom,
that's where we were going. Wait for
in the tower.
Hey, heart rates went up.
There's conversation about this on the radio during the race. Track officials took this serious. Mm-hmm. They took this situation serious, given what had happened. We'd all seen the video. And this is what we're afraid of. The high speed at Willamette Speedway, the passion and understanding that this guy's PO'd about what happened to him the night before. Okay. Hearing this, I'm thinking, listen, I can understand Gray Ferrando being mad. Anybody can. It's a racing deal is the way that I saw it. I don't think Gray Ferrando is going to go out, as nice as that car is, and intently destroy two race cars because of something that happened the night before. I'm hoping this isn't true.
I'm sure he had a little time to reflect.
I'm sure. And I don't see Gray as that guy.
No, he's a really nice guy.
Intently trying to destroy his own equipment to retaliate on a situation that he thought was done with intent. Clearly, and I say this from my point of view, my opinion, my perspective, clearly Campos isn't going to do the same thing with his own equipment. That's a very nice race car. That is the best of the best. I mean, we're talking two race cars with the best equipment money can buy.
And you're going to race each other for years down the road.
Right.
Years.
Now, do you think Campos really did that at Cottage Grove with intent, with the risk of lunching his own car? I don't think so. I don't think so. I believe that with all my heart. The same way I believe Gray Ferrando isn't going to do the same thing the next night. Mm-hmm. I believe that in my heart. He's not going to destroy two race cars just for a simple retaliation, cost himself and the other guy tens of thousands of dollars. I don't see it. Now,
did he get your heart rate up getting to John, though?
Things got a little nervous, okay?
Yeah.
He caught John. Gray Ferrando caught John Campos. And there was, I don't know, what was there, about 8 laps left when he caught him?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it worry. It was more tension.
Oh, there was a ton of tension. Ton of tension. And I knew things were going to be okay after about the fourth lap when Ferrando was on the backside of Campos. Because I'm telling you guys right now, looking down from the tower, watching down at the angle we have, you know the perspective, looking down on that racetrack, watching the lines each driver drives. We're looking down on the cars. We have a whole different point of view. We're watching the lines. We're paying attention to what's going on between the 36 and the 13.
We can see when a car's on the bars, when it's not in the bars, what's going on. We see a lot.
Who's entering, how they're entering.
Pushing, not put,
Right.
It's really interesting.
And I knew after about the fourth lap when Ferrando had 5 or 6 chances to dump the 36 that it wasn't going to happen. And if it did happen, it was going to be on the last lap. Okay?
He stayed professional.
Cooler heads prevailed. Professionalism prevailed. Those guys put on a show again that had the fans excited and cheering. That is what you want. That is what you're going to get when you get 2 drivers in that echelon. That caliber of driver racing each other. Good and hard, just like the night before. I just don't see it. I don't see somebody saying, "Get ready, guys. I'm taking that car out tonight." Not with the quality of the equipment, not with sponsorships on the line. There's all kinds of sponsors on those cars. Not with. There's too much to lose. Too much to lose. Did things get? Was there tension? Yes, there was tension. A lot. But man,
90% of the people in the stands didn't know that there was tension, though.
right.
You
But
gotta
for
realize.
those of us that knew,
Yeah.
it got a little exciting. It was a fun show. And those 2 drivers got up front, checked out from the field, and settled it amongst themselves.
On the track.
Like gentlemen, like racers. And let me tell you, here's the thing that impressed me the most. They take the checkered flag, cool down lap, they head for tech. First car on the track is Gray Ferrando. Pulls up, gets out of his car. He's the only car up in the victory lane area. We start our interview. I'm talking with Gray. Things are going good. Okay? Everything's good. Good interview. Here comes the 36. Pulls up. Helmet comes off. Window net, everything gets out of the car. Starts walking over to us. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? Because Campos. Campos is phenomenal. Phenomenal race driver. That guy right there has got one of the biggest hearts you're going to find in motorsports.
Oh, yeah.
If you know him, you know that. Okay? Gets out of the car, walks over while Gray and I are doing the interview, sticks his hand out, and shakes Gray Ferrando's hand. I don't know if I should say what was said.
I wouldn't. That's between them.
And I think I want to leave it at that, but I'm going to tell you right now, one of the nicest things I've ever heard a racer say to the other guy ever.
So we should picture it like the end of a movie with the melody and the sun setting. And
Oh, there was sunsetting. That, though, I want to thank both of them for that.
No doubt.
Because the week before, I had such a foul taste in my mouth over some stuff that I saw in the pits that I literally had such an attitude that I did not want to go back to that track that next weekend. And then when I heard about the Cottage Grove deal, I really didn't want to go.
Yeah.
And I forced myself to go. And those guys right there, the way they handled themselves, the way they conducted themselves, I'm proud I've had my
Absolutely.
cameras. I'm proud that I've had my cameras on their car and represented them both.
Absolutely. And those guys, there's a reason they're 2 of the best. And it's what goes on between the ears. And that right there was working that night. It was awesome. That was one heck of a race. If we could have modified finishes like that every week, I don't know if we'd be talking about the street stock so much. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was a great race. I was glad to see those guys handle the business the way they did. But and I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to say it on the air. I don't think it should be said. We'll leave it amongst those 2.
It's between them.
But what John said to Gray as they shook hands was kind of like, I wish you got to watch the video.